Hello team and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is about Gitlab CI/CD pipeline tutorial, and in this video I'll be showing you how we can build our application through Gitlab using a runner. So the agenda for that will be, initially we will get a VM. So I'll create a EC2 instance from Amazon AWS, and then we'll be adding that VM as a runner, and then we'll be creating the Gitlab CI/CD pipelines. So the main stages that we'll be using in our pipelines are like, we will compile the source code, then we'll perform Sonarqube code quality check, and then after that we'll build the application to produce the artifact, and finally we'll deploy the application to a Tomcat server. So kindly follow the video, and all the required steps will be in the description. So with that being said, let's get started. Hello team, so you can see this page. This is my GitLab repository, and we'll be using this repository for building our CI/CD pipelines, and we'll be like building and deploying this application. Okay, so once you have pushed your source code, what you need to do, you can go on the left side of settings, and here you can click on CI/CD. So first of all, what we need to do, we need to configure runners. Now coming to runners, what exactly is a runner? Runner is basically a virtual machine which has some specific tools installed, like JDK, Maven, and whatever tool is required to build an application or run an application, that is installed. And also that machine will be having specific resources like some CPU, some RAM, some storage. So basically it's a virtual machine that will be used for building an application. Normally when we are running building an application locally, we can run the commands as maven clean install, like that. Same thing we'll be doing in CI/CD, but the difference is that in case of CI/CD, what are we doing? We are separately taking a virtual machine, adding it as a runner, agent or slave, and we'll be building our application on it, and then we'll be performing several other tasks. Okay, so you can see here there are two kinds of runners mentioned: specific runners as well as shared runners. Okay, so shared runners are public runners which are available for free and which could be used for building your application. But the problem here in case of GitLab is that these days, for using a shared runner, they are asking you to provide your credit card details. Okay, so actually I tried that, but the thing is you need to enable your international transactions, and even though it says that it will not charge any money, but it was trying to charge around like 82 rupees. So I just cancelled it, and instead I took a free tier virtual machine from AWS, and I'll be adding it as specific runners. So shared runners is a public runner which is not managed by us, which is like available, but I would suggest to use specific runners, which will be the VM that we can add it as runner and build our application on it, and only we will be having access to it. Okay, so before anything, let me show you this is the virtual machine that I have created, and the prerequisite for a virtual machine to be added as runner in GitLab is that it should be having JDK and Maven, because we are going to build Maven application. So these two tools should be installed by default. Okay, so I have installed JDK 11 and Maven 3.6. Okay, now we need to connect that VM as runner. So for that we can click on show runner installation instructions, and here there are different options for environment. So in my case I'll select Linux, and architecture I'll just leave it as it is. And first we need to download the package, so I will just copy this and paste it here. Okay, now it will download the package, so we will wait for that. Meanwhile we can go back and copy the second command. So it needs access to execute also, so we will copy this and paste it. Okay, meanwhile, few seconds more. Okay, so this is done, package installed. Now we will run this command. Okay, this is also done. Next we have create a GitLab runner user. So we can copy this command to create the user, specific user that will be used for executing the task that we'll be creating. Okay, this part also done. Next we need to install the GitLab runner. Okay, so we will copy this and run this to install the runner. Okay, so this is also done, and then we need to start the runner, and after that we will just connect the runner. Okay, so runner has started. Also, in case you want to see the status of runner, if it is running or not, you can run the command as sudo gitlab -runner status. You can see status is showing, service is running. Okay, next step is to register our runner. Okay, so for that what I will do, I will copy the command, paste it here, and this variable part, it is written in $. We will remove this, and instead we will put the token which is available here. So we will copy this and paste it here, click enter. Okay, now it will ask the GitLab instance URL. So in our case we are using just gitlab.com, so we can copy this here or from the URL itself, copy this and paste it here. Then the token again we need to put. Okay, so we'll just copy this and paste it again, enter. Now the description of the runner, so what I will do, I will just provide a name, Aditya-runner, and click enter. Now it is asking for tags. Okay, so tags refers to some label sort of thing which will be necessary or useful when you want to define the runner, which is, assume that there are multiple runners added and you want to use a specific runner to build the job on. Okay, so in that case we can use tags and mention the name of specific tag. Using that tag, it can define that this tag belongs to this particular runner, and the job will be building on a specific runner. So for now I will just provide the tag as self-hosted. Just one tag I'll provide, self-hosted 1. Okay, and enter. Then enter an optional maintenance note. So I will just write as NA and registering runner succeeded. Okay, now it is asking enter an executor. So here you can see there are different options, but I'll be using shell because in shell, like we can run all the required commands as we need, like maven command we can run, then Sonarqube analysis we can run, as well as like deployment also will run. So I will just write shell, click enter, and then you can see it says runner registered successfully, feel free to start it. And to start a runner, you can run this command, sudo gitlab-runner start and enter. Yeah, so runner has started. If I go back to here, if I refresh this page, expand this where it is, yeah, expand this runner section, you can see here our specific runner with the name Aditya-runner and the tag as self-hosted is in running status. Okay, if you want to edit anything, you can click on this edit icon, and what I will do, I will check this option, run untagged jobs. That means since we are having just one runner, so we don't need to specifically mention tags, and it can pick up the jobs which are without tags. Okay, and everything is fine, and we will save the changes. Okay, so these are the properties already added. Okay, coming back to the repository, it's back. Okay, now what we need to do, we can create new jobs by clicking here, and we can create new pipelines. Okay, so what I will do, I will click on it. Okay, now we can start with the first pipeline. So it's better to use a template pipeline. So we will start with template. Okay, coming back to creating the pipeline, so we will click on try test template, and it will give you a basic template to start with. Okay, so what I will do, I will remove the comments so that we can see. Yeah, so as you can see, it is just like simple echo commands written. Okay, and rest. This is the basic format, the easiest format, and then like you could configure based on your requirement, but this is the easier format. So what I will do for now, just I will click on commit changes, and then I will like show you what happens. And okay, it failed also initially quickly. So what I will do, open. Okay, so you can see here, as I said, user validation required, since it is going for the public runner, okay, directly, and not using our runner. So what we will do to fix this, instead of like providing our credit card details, instead of that, we will cancel this. Okay, let me delete only. Okay, and we will go back to settings, CI/CD, and runners, and here we will disable this part. Okay, so once you disable, and we will go back to CI/CD again. No pipeline. Okay, let me maybe create a new one using editor. Yeah, so previous one is available, and what I will do, let me just commit the changes. Okay, you can see pipeline is pending. Okay, so let me open it in new page, and meanwhile what I will do, I will go back to the repository to show you what happens actually. Okay, if you see here, there is a new file created known as gitlab-ci.yaml. So this is the main file, .gitlab-ci.yaml, which contains all the instructions or commands to run all the like CI/CD pipelines. Okay, so it will contain all those things which we just created. And to see the status of the pipeline, okay, you can see here it says build job failed. Okay, it is showing it failed for during the prepare environments part. Now it's good that errors are coming, so that we will know like how to fix those. So basically I saw this error earlier also today, and I have one URL which you can follow to fix it. So let me just show you how I am going to fix. Okay, yeah, so first we need to run this command, and we'll be running it with sudo copy, and yeah. So basically we need to remove these two files, .bash_logout, because of that only error is coming. So let me just remove this. Logout. Okay, one file removed, and second one needs to be removed, where in place of username you need to provide the username. So as you can see, in my case it's Ubuntu. So let me put that. Yeah, done. Okay, now if I go back to here, if I click here, retry, then let's see what happens now. And you can see now it is saying job succeeded. If we go back to the jobs section, yes, you can see 3 of the jobs, they are, first one passed, second one is pending, and third one is in running status. If I open this, see, there was one command sleep 60, so it will like sleep for 60 seconds and then run again. Okay, so we will just go back, or maybe go to jobs. Okay, let it run. Now what we will do, we will start configuring the Maven commands to build the application as well as deploy the application. Okay, so what we'll be doing, we'll be adding stage one by one. Okay, So you can see main name I have changed, compile job, Sonarqube job, build job, and deploy job. Okay, so starting with the compile part. So what I will do, first let it be first one as the echo only, and second one I will write the command as maven clean compile. Okay, so next we have Sonarqube analysis. So here also what I will do, I will change this to running Sonarqube analysis. Okay, and I will remove this part. Okay, and again sleep also I will remove this. Okay, so meanwhile what I will do, I will run for this only because it will take little bit of time, because it is going to download all the dependencies for the first time. So let's click on view pipeline and see the status. Okay, at least it has started. So this will be taking little bit of time. Okay, so you can see fetching the changes with git depth set to 20, re-initializing existing git repository. Okay, so let's wait for a little bit of time, let it start, and it will be completing soon. Okay, meanwhile we can check one more time if the GitLab runner is running or not. Status. Okay, service is running. Okay, I think we have Maven also installed already. Yeah, Maven also installed. Okay, so now we can see it has started downloading the dependencies from Maven Central, and this is going to be a little long process because it is running for the first time, and it may download lots of dependencies for the project. Okay, so let's wait for it. Okay, to save some time, what I will do, I will just fast forward the video and then I'll just stop to the point where this downloading dependencies has completed. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so as you can see, the compile part, the compile stage which we added for Maven, it has been completed, showing build success, compiling 47 source files. Okay, so we will leave it and go back to the jobs, and here you can see all the stages are completed. Okay, again we will open the editor, and this time we need to add the code for Sonarqube analysis. Okay, so here we will start adding code for Sonarqube. Okay, so that also we can run using Maven. Command will be maven sonar:sonar. Then we need to add some parameters. So for that, like, we need to provide the authentication things like the URL of the Sonarqube and then the token for authentication. So for that, the command will be dsonar.host.url, which will provide in which we need to provide the URL of the Sonarqube. We will copy this, paste it here. Then next parameter will be -d sonar.login, where we need to provide the token that we can generate inside Sonarqube. Administration, security, then users, and here in below tokens, click here, provide the name. I'll just provide T, click on generate and copy, and then we can paste it here. Okay, next parameter we could provide is like project key, sonar.project key. It should be separate for every project inside the Sonarqube. Okay, so I'll provide name as my project, and another parameter we need to provide is the sonar.project name that we could provide as pet clinic, because we are using that application. And finally, one last parameter, dsonar.java.binaries. I'll put as dot only. Okay. So you can see here in GitLab, this option is visible. It will keep checking every time you edit something. It will check if the syntax is correct or not. So that is a very good thing, I think. Okay. Yeah. And meanwhile, I will also add the Maven build stage. Okay. So let me just provide this also. Maven build. And here we will provide the commands and Maven clean install. Okay. So first we will run these 3 stages, and finally we will run the deploy also. So let me commit the changes, and we can see here pipeline now. Okay. So you can see the 4 stages started, and as we saw earlier, this takes little bit of time. Okay, it started as soon. Okay, great. Let us go to the previous ones. Okay, Sonarqube analysis is running. Let's see how much time does it take. Okay, meanwhile it is running, what we could do, maybe we could set up our Tomcat server for the deployment, because I'm not sure like how much time it is going to take. So let it run in background, and meanwhile we will set up our Tomcat server. Okay, so first of all, what I did, I went into root and I went inside this OPT folder. Okay, and then we need to extract and download this specific package for Tomcat. Paste it here, download it, then yeah, let's extract it. Okay, go inside this folder, then we need to edit this file to add the username and password. Okay, let me just edit it quickly. We need to paste this file, paste this specific statement. Okay, yeah, this is done. Save this. Yeah. Okay. Next we need to add these 2 paths for starting Tomcat and stopping Tomcat. Okay, let me copy paste that also. Okay, here also I think we have completed Sonarqube job. Okay, meanwhile just let me complete this also, so that we can go back to our job. All these steps like installing this Tomcat server stage also, you can get it in the description or the comment of the video. Here we will comment this part. Save this. Okay, one more we need to do. Escape :wq. Okay, this is done. Now we can like just start Tomcat. So before that, stop, we can run the command in case. Okay, error obviously, and then start Tomcat. You can see it had started. Okay, so leave it, and now we will go back to our job. So as you can see, Sonarqube stage also got success. And if I scroll down, you can see the report is on this specific path. Okay, and the browse, like we can access the project here. So let me open it, new page, and here you can see, yeah, 10 codes means it's figured out. If I click on projects, you can see the report has been generated inside Sonarqube. Okay, this is code, and if you go here to jobs, we can see all the jobs of ours are success from compile to deploy. Okay, even this part also got success, Maven clean install. So what I will do, we need to find out where exactly the artifact has been generated. Okay, so you can see the war file where it is. Okay, these two are, you can see here, installing. So if I scroll here, you can see here petclinic.war, and this is the artifact, which is the packaged application and which we are going to deploy on Tomcat server. Okay, so what I will do, I will copy this path, and then we will edit the pipeline again, go back. Okay, so as you saw, compile already we have added, Sonarqube analysis we have added, Maven clean install we have added, and finally deployment application, deployment part. So here we will run the command as sudo cp and paste that part. Yeah, and we need to paste it to specific path, okay, which is of Tomcat. So specific path is inside, wait a second, yeah, 1 second. Sorry. We need to go inside this. Okay, so this will be the path. Let me just find correct path, pwd. Okay, yeah, so let us just copy this and we will paste it here. But here web apps we need to provide, because it should be copied inside web apps folder. Okay, so this is done. I'll commit the changes, view pipeline. Okay, so here it is. Let me just open it in new page. Okay, meanwhile, okay, this is also success. If I open this new page, Sonarqube also executing, and you can see these are the commands that we have configured to run the analysis. Okay, yeah, analysis also successful, you can see here. And if I open the build part, okay, Maven clean install, it has started running, and let's see how much time does it take. Probably it should not take much time because the dependencies have already been installed. Okay, still let me just refresh it. Okay, let me just confirm if the runner is in running status. Sudo gitlab -runner status. Okay, service is running. Okay, here also the build part is completed. Yeah, and you can see the artifact, it has been generated So final stage we will see deploy part. Okay. Okay, some error is coming. Okay, so let me fix and let's see then what happens with the error. Okay team, so I just figured out what was the issue. Basically, when we are running the command install, what it does, it is copying the petclinic.var from this particular location to this location, and I'm not sure how, but after copying this file, this target folder is like getting deleted or something, not sure, but this is what happening. I just noticed on my machine also same thing. If I see, you can see here, if I try to go to this path, it says no such file or directory, but if I go inside the path where it is getting copied, you can see the var file. So what I will be trying now, I will try to copy this var file which we have here inside the Tomcat specific folder. Okay, so what I will do, I will just copy this, remove this and paste the main thing that we just found out and commit the changes again, and hoping this time it will be successful and we can see the application over Tomcat server. Okay, so let me close the previous files, and yeah, so let's see how much time it takes this time. Yeah, this is success. Opening the next. Let me just refresh one time. Okay, yeah, success. Now building job, let me open and let's see what is happening here now. Okay, as I said earlier also, this reinitialize existing Git repository, this is like cold start and it is like taking a little bit of time while running a specific job, but yeah, let's see. Okay, okay, this is also done. Final stage is deploy. Let's see what happens this time. Okay, this is really good. Job is succeeded and it has copied the file. Now what I will do, I will show you how we can see the application if it is deployed or not. So I will get the IP address of the VM where our Tomcat server is running. Okay, and I will paste it in URL colon 8080. 8080 is the server of Tomcat. Press enter. Okay, so Tomcat is running. Now if I put here as pet clinic, okay, one second, let me copy the correct name. Yeah, let's see this. Okay, so this is the, if earlier like the name of the var file was pet clinic, so I used to put /pet clinic, but now the var name is this one, so I just put it and we can see the application up and running at this point. Yeah, so finally the application is deployed and we can, if I refresh, all the stages should be success at this point. Yeah, you can see this. So this is how we will do like basic CI/CD inside GitLab using GitLab runner, and I hope this video was useful. In this video we tried to we saw some issues also which could occur if you are configuring everything for the first time. So follow the video and I hope you could also try the same thing and you could proceed. So thanks for watching the video.